With the release of Season 17, Bungie made a change to all past raids and dungeons in Destiny 2. This change was that now you could farm every drop from that raid during a certain week thanks to the rotator system. This made it so that players could go back and play the old raids for not only a pinnacle item, but to also get older raid weapons that are still great to this day. One of those raids that were brought back was the Last Wish raid, which was first introduced back in Forsaken. This raid beholds some weapons that have some serious potential in Season 18, so I thought I'd make a video highlighting the best encounters to farm in this raid. With that being said, let's get into it. I want to highlight two encounters for you all today. Those encounters are Cali, which is the first encounter, and Morganth, which is the third encounter. Starting with the Cali encounter, I chose to highlight this encounter due to the fact that it's probably the fastest to get Last Wish loot from. The reason for this is due to the cheese that involves Cali. While this encounter would typically have you standing on plates to cleanse them so you can open smaller rooms in the center, you can actually just damage the crap out of her right from the jump. If you fire an anarchy shot right at her chest when the fight starts, your team can infinitely stun lock her until you kill her or do enough damage to one-shot her. This method is the fastest way to get Last Wish loot and requires almost no tedious setup at all. Furthermore, you can easily get this encounter's checkpoint as it's the first encounter in the raid. So if you're looking to farm the most amount of loot, Cali would be the encounter to grind. I want to now talk about Morganth. Now Morganth is probably the most surprising encounter to find on this list, mainly because this fight is the second longest fight in this raid, and can go wrong if your team doesn't know what they're doing. However, I want to highlight this encounter as it drops the curated role of the Nation of Beasts. If you saw my ARC 3.0 video from last week, you'll know this weapon made it onto that list, and for very good reason. The combination of Outlaw and Dragonfly makes this weapon a monster for ad clear, and is one you should definitely be going for. Unfortunately, this weapon is slightly harder to get due to Bungie allowing every encounter to drop every weapon and armor piece from the raid, meaning you have a chance of getting one of 14 different drops, which is absurd. You can help your chances out a bit by doing the challenge mode for Morganth, which requires you to not kill the ogres that spawn in, so if you want to partake in that, feel free to. However, if you're not looking to farm this weapon, feel free to just farm Cali. When I was planning this video, I had one more encounter I wanted to talk about because I know some might be curious as to why it's not here. That encounter that I'm talking about is Riven, which is the final boss. While Riven is a stupid easy boss to kill if you're utilizing the cheese, I feel the main reason to farm this part of the raid is for the raid exotic 1000 voices. And while that raid exotic is great, you'd have to add in Queen's Walk, which makes farming this part a lot longer and kind of pointless. Of course, if you need the raid exotic, then you'll need to farm this encounter, but if you don't need it, I wouldn't recommend farming Riven, but rather one of the other two bosses on this list. That covers all the encounters I wanted to talk about. I'm aware that this video is out a little late, since at the time of this video's publishing date, the weekly reset is tomorrow, and therefore, this raid will be swapped out for Garden of Salvation. But I still wanted to get a video out covering the best encounters to farm. Also, this raid will be in the rotation one last time before Season 18. In fact, it will be in the rotation during the final week of this season, so if you want to farm Last Wish, then be prepared as August 16th will see the next time that this raid returns. If you'd be interested in seeing this video done for other raids, drop a comment down below and I'll be sure to cover the other raids. If you found this video useful, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new here. I post Destiny content all throughout the week and I'm sure you'll find something here that you'll enjoy. Finally, be sure to follow me over on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram to keep up to date with not only me, but my content as well. I'll also be making my return to streaming around the start of August, by either August 2nd or August 9th, so be sure to follow me over there if you want to stop by my streams. With that being said, I'm SniperKH, and I'm out. Good luck with gaming.